Hello, this Intelligence Hub video covers data exchange with Snowflake Data Cloud. There's a few configurable options that HighByte Intelligence Hub provides for exchanging data with Snowflake. One option is to send bulk data, often in files, to a data lake like S3 or Azure Blob Storage. Streaming data can be sent with a standard configurable Intelligence Hub Snowflake streaming connection. This connection can write large volumes of industrial data at high speed directly to Snowflake tables. And that's what I'll demonstrate today. Also, Intelligence Hub has a Snowflake SQL connection that can be used to obtain data from Snowflake tables. So there's options for sending data to and from Snowflake, and which data exchange approach is used is, of course, determined by the specific use case. So let's get to our use case. Today, we'll be talking about an oil and gas industry application. In this scenario, data is being obtained from a well field and stored in Pi. And what we want to do is get that data into Snowflake so that advanced analytics use cases can be satisfied. And what we're going to do is obtain data from Asset Framework. That's metadata. Think things like the asset information and the attribute information. That's going to be sent to metadata tables in Snowflake. We're also going to obtain real-time and historical data from Data Archive and PySnapshot and send that to a process values, a normalized process values table. This is just, of course, one example. In this scenario today, what we'll actually talk about is just this process values table. And that's just one aspect of the overall solution. So what we'll be doing is looking at a solution that obtains data, real-time data from Pi using an Intelligence Hub pipeline. And that's what you're looking at right now, a pipeline. And this pipeline has assembled, just like all pipelines are, from standard configurable stages that are just dragged and dropped onto Canvas. So I'll just scroll through some of those real quickly. So an example might be a switch stage where logic is applied, and that can be configured and included in a pipeline. What this pipeline is doing is obtaining data from a connection to Pi, which we'll take a look at in a second. Every 10 seconds, that data comes back as a JSON that moves through this pipeline. So we break up the object, we break up an array, um, we check the value type for the data and determine if it's text or number. That's just one option of how this could be done. We model the data to perfectly align with the Snowflake table that we're writing to at the end of the pipeline. And along the way, in this case, we're buffering 500 records and sending a batch of data to Pi. So as we drill down, let's take a look at how this actually works and how we get data and send it. So I'll drill down on my connection. So this is my connection input. So I previously created a connection to Pi, using the Intelligence Hub Pi agent that obtains data from Pi using the Pi AF SDK. And I've securely connected here. And I have an input. And in this case, I'm using what we call the asset changes input type. And I'll just run that real quickly. What that does is it opens a subscription to Pi. And what it does is it gets every add, update, and delete since the last time I ran the subscription for, in this case, every attribute that's associated with every asset that's associated with the Pi template that I use to query the Pi Asset Framework template. And here you can see for each point update, we have a considerable amount of context and metadata. So of course, as you'd expect, quality, time, and value, but also the name of the point, the ID of the point, the name of the asset, the model, the template that it was derived from, the path to that asset that was defined in Asset Framework, and the unique identifiers. So that's really helpful. We can use that metadata as logic. Of course, we can send that data to Pi. There's many to Snowflake. Sorry, there's many things that we can do with that. What we want to do is make sure that that's all being sent to a normalized table. So we're using a narrow table format here. Every value is being written to the same column. And this is just how I've chosen to define this in my model. So I've defined some attributes and their type, and that includes the unique identifiers, value, quality, timestamp, the data type that we'll derive, and also the transaction type. So we're actually going to model in the pipeline itself. And just moving back to the pipeline and focusing now on that modeling stage. This is inline modeling. So identify the model that I want to use, and then I just associate the data that's moving through the pipeline to that modeled those model attributes, and that's ensuring that these are all being written, in a standard way to that table. And incidentally, we're not just writing to the table. Intelligence Hub can actually be used to create the table in Snowflake, and that's why it's so important that we have those attributes defined in a naming scheme that we like and that's consistent. So finally, the data is written to Snowflake, and we configure a connection to Snowflake with our account information, the database information. We have an output connection to a table that we define. So this is the name of the table, and the pipeline sends the data through this connection output. Let's take a look at the data in Snowflake. So I've defined a query here that's obtaining data from my table. And if I run this, I should expect to see data formatted exactly as I've modeled it. So I have value, quality, timestamp. I have my unique identifiers, and I could use these unique identifiers in Snowflake to map to metadata data tables that have the asset details and the attribute details. And maybe I'm obtaining that data much less frequently than what I'm writing to this table. So my data type and also the transaction type. Remember, this could be an add, update, insert, or delete. This could be late arriving data that was edited in Pi, and we would obtain that here in this table. So to summarize, this is just an example of using the Intelligence Hub Snowflake streaming connection. And in the specific subset of this overall use case that I communicated today, we were obtaining the real-time data um, and sending that to a process values table in Snowflake. Other options, of course, as well to obtain the metadata. So a summary, a solution using the Pi connection, the Snowflake streaming connection, and modeling data in Intelligence Hub to perfectly align with the Snowflake table that we are populating. Thank you for your time.